In today's video, we will take a look real estate market update in Southwest Florida for November of 2024. My name Anna Eckstein, Realty One Group, MVP, Naples Ultimate Luxury Group. Let's start. All right, so we will take a look on the left. We have our cities, Naples, Marco Island, located Cali County, Bonita Springs, Estero, located in Lee County. So we'll take a look between medium sales price, price per square foot, and new listings, single-family homes, condos, and townhouses. And we can see that medium sales price for a single-family homes in Naples, actually from November to a year ago, is actually up, still up by 3%. Now, I will tell you this, certain neighborhoods, that's not the case. So if you are located and you wonder what's happening in your neighborhood, just please contact me directly. It's very easy to do, and I will be more than happy to provide specifically what's happening with your home in your neighborhood, okay? But this is, we're overlooking right now what's happening as a medium sales price in general in Naples, Florida. So it's still up by 3%. And it's up from 720 medium sales price to 742 500. Now, Marco Island is slightly down by 1%. The Bonita Springs down by 6%. That's probably the biggest one that you can see. The down from 670 to actually 630. The Estero is up by 4%. Now, for the condos, it's a little bit not as good picture look like for the single family homes. So we are down across the board on medium sales price for the condos. And I think we have altogether, we have our own challenges with condos. But you can see we're down as much as in Bonita by 22%. Naples, Marco Island down by 11%, and Estero down by 14%. So this is our medium sales prices for condos, townhouses, things like that in the Southwest Florida. Now, price per square foot, we are down across the board between single-family homes and the condos. We are up still in Naples to $380 as a medium price per square foot. Obviously, some of those prices per square foot go way more and way less. This is just a medium. The new listings, we actually up on the new listings in Naples by 21%, 20% up in Marco Island. So now we have as a new listings that come in the month of November 2024 would be the 725 new listings. 83 would be in Marco Island, 174 would be in Bonita for single family homes, right? And it's up, guys, 63%. So in Estero, we're actually down on the new listings for a single family home. Now, for the condos across the board, we are up. So I would say, like, especially in the short term, I think we have a lot of challenge with the condos. Not only new listings coming in, we'll take a look what we're doing with the active inventory in a moment. But you can see the medium sales price dropping, price per square foot dropping, the new listings floating by as much as 33%, 42% in Estero. So if we look in the active inventory, days on the market, and month supply. So active inventory, that means that inventory that was in the previous months, in October or any other months prior, but didn't sell, that's what meant active inventory. So when you see active inventory all in green and it's up, that's not a good sign, guys, because the more inventory that we have, they increase months of the supply, days on the market. And that actually is not good for overall market, because eventually you will see more and more and more price reductions as the active inventory is continue up. And you can see it's as up as 42% in Estero, 36% in Bonita Springs, 26% in Naples from 2,141 listings in 2023 to 2,708. So the days on the market is also is important, is how long on average would take, how many days on average would take to actually sell the property. So the Marco Island is actually interesting enough. It is a down by 53% from 117 days to 55 days. Also, the Naples is up by 71%. And you can see condos, gosh, guys, this is across the board. Active inventory is up by 60, 66%, 44%. Days on the market is up as much as 190% in Marco Island. So we definitely see the trouble chart over chart for the condos specifically. The single family homes are doing a little bit better, but the condos, and we are going in now into season, obviously, 2025. I'll be producing the December 2024 shortly, maybe about a week after this report, so you guys can have full picture actually of 2024. Stay tuned on the channel, and if you're not subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe the channel to get those notifications. So month supply. So let's say if we don't have any more listings coming into the market, how many months would take to deplete existing inventory? That's what this chart means. So you can see all of that is up as much as 49% in Bonita Springs. So now also what we need to understand, anything 3 months and below, we in the seller's market. Between 3 and 6, we in a balanced market. 6 and above, we in the buyer's market. So you can see that anything right here where I'm looking, regardless if it's single family home or regardless if it's condo, we definitely in a buyer's market. So what that means to you, to the seller, that now you have to use a little bit more strategy when you place your property on the market. Make sure you not overprice your property because when you overprice your property, the property will be sits on the market. So think about when you had, let's say, just for example, in a neighborhood there was 5 homes for sale, and now it's 55 homes for sale. So the buyers have way more choices. And if the buyer goes, everything now is on the internet. There's no like tricks or tips how, it's everything right there. So if the buyer goes on Zillow and sees 55 homes for sale, what do you think they'll be looking? The most expensive for the same thing? No, of course, they'll be looking the best price guy on the block. The best upgrades, the best price, the best, everything the best. And of course, the presentation has to be there. But the buyers right now, supply is really high, but demand is very, very weak. So the closings happens every day. The properties sells every single day. But the question is if you will be that seller, that your property will get sold, or there will be somebody else on the block? That's a question which you need to ask yourself. So to choose the right realtor, make sure you understand the dynamic of real estate market, where we at, where we going in, and the strategy, not just put your property in MLS, but what else can be done strategically to advertise your property, to promote your property. So anyway, month supply, you can see obviously its increase in Bonita as much as 49%, 100% increase in Estero on the condos, but Bonita not far either. It's 92% of the month supply. And this is what actually we have on pending inventory. Pending inventory is the buyer come in and say, okay, sign me up. I have a fully executed contract. That's what we call pending inventory. So the property is not closed yet. It's not a closings. It's the property that is under contract. The showings to pending, it's on average how many showings you need to have now to sell, to actually put your property under contract. And showing per listing is what on average right now the sellers can experience in Southwest Florida. Is basically buyer foot traffic, right? So you can see the pending inventory for the single family homes actually increase as much as 35% in Marco Island. So there's more properties went under contract than in 2023, from 20 to 27. So you can see Naples from 263 to 325. So the condos, we also saw an increase in the pending inventory. Bonita, we actually lost some pending inventory compared to a year ago. Estero, we remain flat. Showings to pending, actually interesting enough that we do actually lost those showings to pending quite a bit, as much as 43% in Marco Island for the condos. And for the single family homes, we lost as much as 29%. So from 14 that we had, in 2023, now it takes about on average is 10. So which is actually, if you think from that perspective, it's actually better for the seller because he needs to show less homes. So there's more serious buyers, even though it's a less buyers, but the buyers who is looking and seeing the property. So it's less foot traffic, which we've been talking about this. But, the property get pending with less showings compared to 2023. So showing pro listing, you can also see that decrease, which is kind of correlates with this side, with this chart, and you can see across the board this decrease. So it's basically what it's saying to us, and it's all in red, that buyer traffic, foot traffic is going down as much as 17% compared to a year ago, and as much as 35% in Bonita Springs in the condos. So you can see across the board, I mean, there's definitely less buyers in the area. Is the season change something? I mean, of course it will, because we always get busier in the season. Between the visitors and the people who come in specifically enjoy a little bit of weather and to buy the home, so we definitely will see the change as we continue moving forward. But we, again, will be comparing the season of 2025 to season of 2024. So we'll see how that change, right? So the single family home and townhouses, this is actually my last chart for today. And we will take a look at the total dollar value, the number of closed transaction, and percentage from the list price to the close price. So the dollar value, we will pick the winner, and that would be in Naples. It's increased by 34% from a year ago. The lost in the dollar value 15% in the red in Estero. Across the board for the condos, like we already said, it's not as doing good as single family homes. So we lost as much dollar value. 75% in Marco, Bonita 73%, 71% in Estero. Naples, we lost 23% compared to what we had in 2023. So the closed sales, I think after watching all of these charts with me, I don't think you are surprised. And I'm not surprised. We are down. We are down. That's why I am telling you, if you're a seller right now and you're thinking of selling, if your property already on the market or your property is not on the market yet, just please create some sort of plan for yourself, like how you can get there, how you can get to those closing sales, because obviously we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know how the economy will be doing in 2025. We just don't know that. And that's what my point. Now, if you want to sell, you want to get as aggressive as you can possibly be, because this season, that's the strongest time for Southwest Florida to sell your home for the highest price possible, with the highest buyer foot traffic that we can possibly have for entire year. Again, closing happens every day, but majority of those closings will happen the next 3 months. So That's my advice to you. Anyway, the closed sales, you can see across the board, it's all down as much as 30% in Bonita Springs. The Estero as much as 67% down for the condos. And the percentage of the lost list price is pretty flat. This is where we're getting, you can see in Naples, we generally getting, it is down by 2%. We're getting about 95% of the, let's say, asking price is 100%. The seller still in Naples getting 95.3%. And you can see across the board, it's all about the same. And for the condos, you can see as well in those mid 95. So that's my last chart. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you find this video valuable for you and for your family. If you're a seller, you're thinking of listing your home, if you're a buyer thinking of moving or purchasing your second home, winter home in Southwest Florida, please contact me. My phone number is 239-249-4476. I would like to be your real estate guide here in Southwest Florida. And my name, Anna Eckstein, Realty One Group MVP, Naples Ultimate Luxury Group. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.